Have you ever found yourself lying in bed? The warmth of your covers a distant memory as you shuffle off to the bathroom for the third or fourth time in a single night. It's a familiar, frustrating dance, isn't it? That nagging urge, the sudden jolt from a deep sleep, the groggy stumble down the hallway, all just to interrupt what should be a peaceful, restorative rest. You're not alone in feeling that tired drag the next morning. The brain fog, and the general feeling of being a bit off-kilter all day, because your precious sleep has been fractured into so many little pieces. It's easy to just shrug and say, well, that's just part of getting older. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be? What if there were simple, practical adjustments you could make in your daily routine that could dramatically reduce, or even completely eliminate, those disruptive nighttime trips to the loo? This isn't about complicated medical procedures or expensive remedies. It's about understanding how your body works and making a few clever changes. In this video, we're going to explore 6 simple habits, easy to adopt and surprisingly powerful, that can help you reclaim your nights and wake up feeling truly refreshed and ready to embrace the day. So, lean in close, because you're going to want to hear every one of these. And make sure you watch right to the very end, because I've got something waiting for you there that just might surprise you and truly change the way you think about your sleep. Let's dive straight into the very first habit, and this one is all about timing when you choose to drink your fluids. You see, it's not just about how much you drink throughout the day, but crucially, when you cut off your fluid intake before bedtime. Many of us sip water or tea right up until we brush our teeth, thinking we're just staying hydrated, which is good, of course, but our bodies need time to process those liquids. Think of your kidneys as diligent little filters. They work constantly to process everything you put into your system, turning excess fluids into urine. This process takes a few hours. So, if you're downing a big glass of water or a cup of herbal tea just before you climb into bed, you're essentially giving your kidneys a fresh batch of work right when they, and you, should be winding down for the night. The ideal habit here is to try and stop drinking most fluids about 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to sleep. Now, this doesn't mean you have to dehydrate yourself or go to bed with a parched throat. A small sip to take medication or just to moisten your mouth is perfectly fine. We're talking about significantly reducing your fluid consumption, especially larger amounts. In those final hours before lights out, imagine you usually go to bed around 10 p.m. This habit would suggest you try to finish the bulk of your evening fluids by 7 or 8 p.m. at the latest. This gives your body a good window to process the liquids, fill your bladder, and allow you to make that last trip to the bathroom. Before you settle in for the night, you'll empty your bladder fully, and by the time you're truly in the deepest part of your sleep cycle, there won't be as much new urine accumulating to wake you up. This simple shift in timing can make a world of difference. It allows your body's natural rhythms to align more effectively with your sleep cycle. Many people find that just this one change alone leads to a noticeable reduction in nighttime awakenings. It's a gentle adjustment, but it's remarkably effective because it works with your body's natural filtration system, rather than against it. It's about respecting that natural processing time. And trust me, once you experience the uninterrupted sleep, you'll wonder why you didn't try it sooner. It's not about depriving yourself of fluids during the day. It's just a strategic shift in the evening. Now, while when you drink is incredibly important, what you drink can be just as crucial. And that brings us to our second powerful habit. This one focuses on carefully choosing your evening beverages to avoid those that act as diuretics, which means they make your body produce more urine. The biggest culprits here are caffeine and alcohol. We all know coffee gives us a jolt, and that's exactly why it can keep your kidneys working overtime. Even if you don't feel wired after an afternoon coffee, the diuretic effect can linger for many hours. Similarly, alcohol might initially make you feel sleepy, but it's a well-known diuretic. A glass of wine or a beer with dinner, or even later in the evening, can significantly increase the frequency of your nighttime urination. It's because alcohol suppresses a hormone called vasopressin, which normally tells your kidneys to reabsorb water. When vasopressin is suppressed, your kidneys release more water, leading to more urine production. So, for this habit, The actionable step is to consciously avoid caffeinated drinks like coffee, black tea, colas, and even some energy drinks, especially after lunchtime. And when it comes to alcohol, try to cut it out completely in the evenings, or, at the very least, drastically reduce your consumption, particularly a few hours before bed. Think about switching to plain water, or if you enjoy a warm drink, opt for a truly caffeine-free herbal tea, like chamomile or peppermint. These can actually be quite soothing and promote relaxation, which is an added bonus for sleep. Imagine how much more peaceful your nights could be if you weren't constantly stimulating your kidneys with these diuretic drinks. It's not just about reducing the volume of liquid you take in, but also about the chemical signals those liquids send to your body. Making this shift allows your bladder to remain calmer and fuller for longer periods overnight, giving you those precious hours of uninterrupted rest. Combining this habit with the mindful timing of your fluid intake creates a powerful 1-2 punch against nighttime bathroom trips. You're not only giving your body ample time to process fluids, but you're also avoiding substances that actively encourage more urine production. It's a double win for your sleep. Now that we've discussed the importance of when and what you drink, let's move on to another fascinating habit that addresses a different, but very common, reason for nighttime urination, especially as we get a little older. Next up, let's talk about something many of us might not even consider when thinking about nighttime trips to the bathroom. And that's how fluid behaves in your legs during the day. This third habit is all about elevating your legs. You see, throughout the day, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting or standing, gravity causes fluid to pool in your lower legs and ankles. This is a common phenomenon, and you might notice a bit of swelling or puffiness there by the end of the day. Now, here's the key. When you lie down to sleep at night, that accumulated fluid that was pooling in your legs starts to redistribute back into your bloodstream. Once it's back in your bloodstream, your kidneys get to work filtering it out. And, you guessed it, that leads to increased urine production. It's your body's way of dealing with that extra fluid that had settled elsewhere. So, how do we tackle this? The habit here is to make a conscious effort to elevate your legs during the day, particularly in the late afternoon or early evening. This doesn't mean you have to lie upside down on the couch. Simple elevation can be achieved by propping your feet up on a stool or a stack of pillows while you're reading, watching television, or just relaxing. Even a few sessions of 20-30 minutes can make a difference. Another excellent strategy is to wear compression socks or stockings during the day. These gentle, supportive garments help to prevent fluid from pooling in your lower legs in the first place, encouraging better circulation and keeping that fluid moving back up towards your core, where it can be processed and eliminated before you go to bed. Many people find compression socks to be incredibly helpful, not just for nocturia, but also for general leg comfort and reducing swelling. Imagine the difference this can make instead of your body suddenly having to deal with a rush of fluid redistribution once you lie down. Much of that work has already been done during your waking hours. This means less fluid for your kidneys to process in the middle of the night, leading to fewer urges to get up and fewer interruptions to your sleep. It's a very practical, non-invasive way to manage fluid balance in your body. It directly addresses one of the significant reasons for increased urine production at night that isn't directly related to what you drink. Moving on to our fourth habit. Let's consider how gentle movement in the evening can play a surprising role in helping you sleep through you. Now, and I'm not talking about intense exercise right before bed, which we know can be too stimulating. Instead, this habit focuses on light, gentle movement, specifically in the late afternoon or early evening. Why is this helpful? It ties back to the idea of fluid circulation we just discussed. A sedentary lifestyle, where you spend long periods sitting or lying down, can contribute to fluid retention and poor circulation, especially in the legs. By incorporating some gentle activity in the hours before bed, you help your lymphatic system and circulatory system do their job more effectively. This means fluids are moved around your body and processed more efficiently during your waking hours. rather than waiting for you to lie down. Think of a short, leisurely stroll around the block after an early dinner, or perhaps some gentle stretches, Tai Chi, or even just puttering around the house doing light chores. The key is gentle and early evening. This kind of movement improves overall circulation without raising your heart rate or body temperature too much. When your circulation is better throughout the day, there's less likelihood of fluid pooling in your lower extremities. This translates to less fluid redistribution when you finally lie down. And consequently, less work for your kidneys overnight. It's about being proactive with your body's fluid management, subtly encouraging it to do its job when you're awake and active, rather than when you're trying to sleep. This habit also has the wonderful side effect of promoting a general sense of well-being and can even help signal to your body that the day is winding down, preparing you for more restful sleep. It's a habit that supports your overall health while directly contributing to those undisturbed nights. Now, from what you do with your body, let's shift our focus to what you put into your body, particularly when it comes to your evening meals. Our fifth powerful habit is all about mindful eating in the evenings. Just as certain drinks can act as diuretics, certain foods can also influence how much urine your body produces, or how your bladder behaves, especially if consumed close to bedtime. The main culprits here are overly salty foods and spicy foods. Foods that are very high in sodium can make your body retain more water, and then that extra water eventually needs to be flushed out by your kidneys. If you're eating a very salty dinner, or salty snacks late in the evening, you're essentially creating an extra fluid burden for your body to process overnight. Think about things like heavily processed foods, many convenience meals, cured meats, or even seemingly innocent salty crackers. Similarly, spicy foods can irritate the bladder. For some people, consuming a fiery curry or heavily spiced dish in the evening can lead to bladder discomfort and an increased urge to urinate. Even if their bladder isn't actually full, it's a form of bladder irritation that sends false signals. The actionable step for this habit is to be mindful of your dinner choices. Aim for moderate, balanced meal that isn't excessively salty or spicy, and try to finish eating a good 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to sleep. This gives your digestive system and kidneys ample time to process the meal and its fluids before you lie down. Opt for fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains that are seasoned lightly. If you enjoy a bit of spice, perhaps enjoy it earlier in the day rather than with your evening meal. It's a gentle shift, but it respects your body's natural rhythm and avoids putting unnecessary stress on your bladder and kidneys during the hours you should be sleeping soundly. And this brings us to our sixth and final habit, which is directly about giving your bladder a little extra help before bed. Our sixth and final powerful habit revolves around some practical bladder-friendly techniques, specifically something often called double voiding and gentle pelvic floor exercises. These aren't just for women. By the way, men can benefit greatly too. Let's start with double voiding. This simple technique is all about ensuring your bladder is truly as empty as possible before you settle down for the night. Here's how it works about 20 to 30 minutes before you plan to go to bed. Go to the bathroom and empty your bladder as completely as you can. Then, instead of heading straight to bed, stay up for another 20 minutes or so. You might do a little light reading, fold some laundry, or just sit quietly. After this short period, return to the bathroom and try to urinate again. Even if you don't feel a strong urge, you might be surprised at how much more urine comes out. The idea is that sometimes, after the first void, your bladder muscles relax a bit, and more urine that was initially hidden or retained can then be released. This ensures your bladder is truly as empty as it can be when you finally lie down, giving you a longer stretch before the urge returns. It's a wonderfully simple trick that can significantly extend the time between bathroom trips overnight. And then there are gentle pelvic floor exercises. These muscles, located at the base of your pelvis, play a crucial role in bladder control. As we age, these muscles can weaken, contributing to issues like urgency and leakage, and sometimes the feeling that you need to go more often. Simple exercises, often called Kegels, involve gently contracting and relaxing these muscles. Imagine you're trying to stop the flow of urine, or holding back gas. That's the feeling you're aiming for. Hold the contraction for a few seconds. Then, relax fully, doing just a few sets of these contractions daily, perhaps 5 to 10 repetitions, 3 times a day, can significantly strengthen your pelvic floor. A stronger pelvic floor can help you hold it longer, suppress urgency, and generally improve your bladder control, leading to fewer nighttime awakenings. You can do these sitting, standing, or lying down, discreetly and anytime. They are a fantastic, long-term solution for better bladder health. Combining double voiding with regular pelvic floor exercises provides direct support for your bladder, empowering you to have more control and enjoy longer periods of uninterrupted sleep. It's about building strength and smart habits that directly address bladder function. So, there you have it. 6 powerful, yet simple, habits that can truly transform your nights and help you stop waking up to pee. We've talked about the importance of timing your fluid intake, cutting off most liquids a few hours before bed to give your body time to process. We've explored the wisdom of choosing your evening beverages wisely, specifically avoiding diuretics like caffeine and alcohol that send your kidneys into overdrive. We then moved on to the clever strategy of elevating your legs during the day and even considering compression socks to prevent fluid from pooling and then rushing back into your system when you lie down. Remember how gentle evening movement, like a leisurely walk or some light stretching, can also aid circulation and help your body manage fluids more effectively during your waking hours. And we covered mindful eating in the evenings, steering clear of overly salty or spicy foods that can irritate your bladder or create an extra fluid burden. Finally, we looked at those direct bladder-friendly techniques like double voiding and the surprisingly effective pelvic floor exercises that strengthen your control. Each of these habits, on its own, can make a difference, but imagine the cumulative power when you start to incorporate several, or even all of them, into your daily routine. It's not about drastic, uncomfortable changes. It's about small, consistent adjustments that respect your body's natural rhythms and help it function more optimally. You deserve to wake up feeling rested, alert, and ready to enjoy your day, without that lingering fatigue from broken sleep. Remember, this isn't just about avoiding a trip to the bathroom. It's about reclaiming your rest, improving your mood, and boosting your overall quality of life. Better sleep means more energy for the things you love, sharper focus, and a general feeling of well-being that truly enhances every aspect of your day. It empowers you to live your best life at every age, unhindered by those frustrating nighttime interruptions. I truly hope these insights bring you the peaceful, uninterrupted sleep you deserve. I'd love to hear which of these habits you found most helpful, or if you have any other tips that have worked for you. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your wisdom might just help someone else on their journey to better sleep. If you found this video helpful and encouraging, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We're always here to share practical, empowering advice to help you live your healthiest, happiest life. Thank you for spending this time with me. Here's to many nights of deep, dream-filled sleep and waking up truly refreshed, ready to embrace every beautiful new day. Live your best life at every age.